We're joined by Falls once again in the studio on We Found New Music. Welcome, guys.
Hey, thanks for having us.
We are so excited to have you guys back, Simon and Melinda.
Yeah.
And of course, you were here a few years ago for your US radio debut.
Yep, that's it.
And you played one of the tracks that you originally premiered on that show with us. And what was that track again?
When We Were Young.
And that's just really special for us to hear it again.
Thank you.
And it's still one of my favorites of yours.
Well, it's so exciting for us to a whole record. So
Absolutely. You've released a full length, Omaha.
yeah.
You're now on a label here in the US.
Yeah.
And you've been touring a lot.
Yeah.
We've been touring a lot. It's been amazing.
Playing everywhere,
Yeah.
including the film festival, I believe, up in Utah. It's
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
Sundance.
Sundance.
How was that?
Yeah, that's
Very
awesome.
cool.
It's the most beautiful gig we've ever played. That city just is like some kind of winter wonderland.
So exciting.
Yeah.
Well, let's start from the beginning real quick. Where are you from and how long have you guys been making music?
So we're from Australia.
Yeah. I'm from Sydney.
Simon's from Sydney. I'm from a little town called Darwin. But we met in Sydney when we were both studying music together.
There we go.
Yeah.
And how do you collectively write music together?
Oh, it's always different, but yeah, we both write. We both write music and lyrics, and then we collaborate on some songs.
It's kind of
a lot,
funny.
and sometimes they're a bit more separate. It's
Because we never started out planning to write music together. We lived in a big share house with a bunch of musicians, and Simon would be working on something and kind of get stuck, and I'd sort of yell from the kitchen, "Oh, why don't you try this?" And before too long, we had a bunch of songs, and I don't think that's changed the way that we write together.
Sure.
It's still very much just Simon has an idea and I have an idea, and we see what happens.
Mm-hmm. And you sing in harmony all the time too, and just sort of figure out a way to write together.
Yeah.
Right? It's a unique style, but it's timeless. It's very nice stuff. So the album is Omaha. It's out now. What inspired the album?
That record was very much inspired by the last 2 years for us on the road in America. I don't think while we were writing the songs we realised, but when it came time to put the songs together for the record, we realised how much our songs had been influenced by being on the road, the landscapes that we saw and people we met, and also the feeling we had being so far from home imprinted itself a little bit on the album. And so that's why we decided to call it Omaha, because Omaha was like the last stop on what had been just such an incredible journey, and it felt like the right name.
Yeah.
Plus Nebraska was already taken.
exactly.
Well, it's a great name, and I think it definitely depicts the journey you've been through. And it's also traveling music. I've always, when I, I guess we'll transition to your live show here. I just presented you at Union train station here in Los Angeles, and it's a train station. So initially, our vision was, it was kind of more of a traveling thing. We might even record promos on the train,
Yeah.
as I mentioned before. So yeah, I mean, I think that's fitting.
Thanks.
But yeah, thanks for performing for us. You are performing a lot with a symphony quartet or a string quartet.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, there are a lot of strings on our record, and because we're from Australia, we couldn't bring our whole band with us, not yet anyway. And we found that it's a nice balance between having a full band or just being us to have the strings there. They're kind of magical. So we always feel quite lucky actually when we get to have them play with us.
I just really think it makes such a grand sound live. Just that touch of 4 string players. So
Yeah,
it's very fitting.
You can't replicate it.
No,
Electronically.
No.
The live strings are just amazing.
there's nothing like it. Also, there's a part in your set where you ask if there's anybody here from Australia.
Yeah.
And why do you decide to do that?
Well, because it's always interesting to see if there are any Australians in the room. Quite often on the road, we've been touring these last few weeks, and most of the time I was met with a silent room. There weren't many Australians out there. But it's exciting to see where people pop up. Absolutely. And it's nice to get a little taste of home where you can get it.
There was one guy, Australian guy in the audience, and Melinda said, "Oh, is there any Australians?" And he went, "G'day."
There you go.
We're like, oh, perfect.
Yeah, well, I know you played at the Hotel Cafe here too, and one of your good friends has recently moved here. So
yes, that's super exciting. It's like a little Australian invasion. But the producer we actually worked on our first EP with, Tony Buchan, has just relocated to LA, and I think he's going to do great things. And it's exciting for us because I think we'll get to work together a lot more now, which will be nice.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he's also working with some other great musicians as well. You know, he's producing some other wonderful musicians. So it's cool to see you guys are part of that family.
It's so exciting.
Yeah, Tony's great.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, obviously being back in Australia, it was hard for us to obviously go back to do that. But now that he's in LA, we can, you know, get some work
Absolutely.
done.
He's super talented, and everybody should watch and see what he does next because it's going to be awesome, whatever it is.
Okay, we will watch. Well, thank you guys so much. This trip has been so cool. Seeing you at Hotel Cafe, joining us at Union Station with the string quartet, and so we wanted to have you stop by and play a couple tunes for us. What's coming up for you? Just continuing to work with the album, releasing or?
Yeah, we decided to make a pit stop in LA because we've missed it. Didn't realize how much we missed it until we landed at LAX and drove into the city. And so we're just going to hang out here for a little while and write lots of new songs. So hopefully next time we talk to you, we'll premiere a bunch of new songs.
That sounds like a great idea. Well, thank you again to both of you, Melinda and Simon, for joining me once again. And you know you can send me anything as it comes out, and we'll be supporting you here on We Found New Music.
Thank you. You support so many musicians, and we're all so grateful. So yeah, it's great.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, the Fall is joining us today on Dash Radio, and we'll catch you next time.